Today we're getting an inside look on just what goes into resurfacing the ice here at Lawson Arena. We spoke with the manager, Paul Schneider, and the head ice technician, Gary Custer, about what they do and what goes into making the ice what it is. I might even get to try this out myself. Hi, we're now here with Paul Schneider, the manager here at Lawson Arena. Paul, how do you choose kids who get to work as ice surfacers?
Well, quite frankly, a lot of our kids come as referrals from possible other arena managers where they've worked as teenagers or something, or a lot of them have hockey backgrounds in some way, shape, or form. And the best part for us is those referrals have really worked well for us over the years. And I'm trying to think of the last person who didn't work out here or something like that. Usually once we get them as a freshman, they seem to stay for their 4 or possibly 5 years, and they seem to be all real good kids.
How many student technicians do you have?
We have 6 students who are supervisors and ice resurfacers. So not only do they drive the Zamboni, they also oversee the building on nights and weekends.
And you've been working with your main ice technician, Gary Custer, for a while now. How did you come across Gary?
Well, that's funny how I came across Gary. Gary had been working on campus for approximately 4 or 5 years, somewhere in there. And he was married to my neighbor, not next door, but neighbor across the street. And we had a block party. And we were all down there having a good time, and I started this conversation with Gary, and we were at that time looking for a new driver, looking for someone who would fit the mold and that we could train and would be loyal to the cause. And started talking with Gary. I really enjoyed our conversation, so when I got back to work, I checked with his supervisor to see if that's something we could do. And actually, he was on his honeymoon that week. So when he came back from that vacation, he came over, and it was something that both of us thought we could do and learn. And his initial training came from me, which is funny, yeah, knowing what he knows now.
Very cool. And so you're happy he just finished his 15th year here, correct?
Just finished his 15th year here. Okay. And again, I am in my 20th season. 19th year at the university, and we've had a real solid, good relationship.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lawson Ice Arena's very own ice technician, Gary Custer. Gary, how did you get into this business?
I got into this 15th season. I came over here originally as a substitute fill-in, and Paul offered me a job on days, and I said, "We make it happen," and I've been here ever since. This is all I'm doing.
How did you train? How did you make sure that you were the best around?
Initially I trained, Paul trained initially. And then I went to school in Canada 3 years running for 1-week courses. It was maintenance, ice maintenance, resurfacer maintenance, and basic refrigeration.
And just recently, with this being your 15th season, you were awarded a jersey from Coach Culhane himself. How'd that feel?
That was really great. That was for my 20th anniversary here at Western. It meant a lot to me.
And so can you explain to us something about this machine? This is an Olympia machine made in Canada, correct? Right. What's the difference between this and a Zamboni?
Olympia and Zambonis, they do the same thing, but there's different factors to them. This is a very simple machine to learn to operate. It's just like your automobile. Where Zamboni's you're doing more with your hands and feet. This is all hand manual control. Zams, you're controlling your speed. You can control your speed with your hands. And Olympias are user-friendly, where if I have a breakdown for parts, I can get a lot of my parts right here in town.
Yeah.
Where with Zamboni, you have to go to your dealer.
What do you guys operate these machines on? Is it gas, electric, propane? What do you
We
use?
operate on propane. Electric is coming in to the system. They haven't really perfected it yet, especially if you're a busy rink like we are. You only get so many runs, resurfaces from that battery charge, and then you're back on the charger.
So making sure that our machines run on propane is better for the environment, right?
Right now, environmentally, we're as clean as anything. They check our air quality regularly, and they've done it when I've been out here on the ice for 30 minutes at a time, and we're well within standards.
And so an ice resurfacer is in charge of obviously resurfacing the ice. What exactly does this machine do? I know there's blades under here. Can you just kind of go through step by step what happens?
What this machine does 3 steps at once. It shaves the ice, it pre-washes the ice, and then it lays down a new layer. The pre-wash, it shoots 2 jets of water from the corner in, and that makes it a slush. And then that water is picked up and recycled back into this tank. And then it's shaved, and all the shavings are picked up this way to the center. This auger, and it's into the snow bin on the front. And then a fresh layer of water comes out from here in this towel, spreader towel is what it's called, that spreads it evenly.
And so what would you say about you train kit student drivers? What is your theory when it comes to training them?
Initially, it's that my fear for them is their own fear of being up on the wall, going into the corners. We did have one driver one year that put the roller blade through the corner wall and kept going. It took a whole panel out, but we don't have that too often. We've been really lucky lately, and we get some really, really good students that are quick to learn and they're eager.
Would you say just about anyone can do this job? Or, I mean, obviously they need to perfect it like you have.
I can teach anyone to drive one of these machines and operate one of these machines.
The student section gets really excited. You've been known to throw candy into the students. How did that tradition get started?
That started several years ago on Halloween. I talked to Paul about it. I said, it's their rink, it's their university. Let's try it.
Yeah.
So I started buying the candy, and Monty Porter here on campus, who's one of the associate athletic directors, he liked it. He says, "We're going to keep doing it. Just have Lynn get the candy for you." So I just enjoy getting with the students and get them wound up.
Is that something that you feel you contribute to the team?
Yeah, I think that helps because the team feeds off the students. When they're enthused and they're all wound up, it gets the team players wound up.
That's great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.